Bring on the battles. After listening to one phenomenal artist after another during The Voice Season 27's blind auditions, coaches Adam Levine, Michael Bublé, John Legend, and Kelsey Ballerini have even more tough choices to make as they head into the next round. During the battles, the coaches pair up two artists on their team to sing the same song together. After their joint performance, their coach must choose only one to advance to the next round, the knockouts. The other, however, does not necessarily have to go home that night, thanks to a coveted button, the steal. There are 3 nights of the battles in The Voice Season 27, kicking off on March 10 and concluding on March 24. Read on to learn all about how steals work on The Voice, including how many each coach gets this season. What are steals on The Voice? On The Voice, a steal happens when a coach tries to get an eliminated artist from another team on their team. After a duet performance during the battles, only one artist will be chosen to continue on to the next round. The eliminated artist, however, is up for grabs and can be stolen by another coach if they decide to use their steal. And if more than one coach tries to steal the same artist to join their team, the choice is then up to the artist. That very scenario, for example, happened during The Voice Season 26 when both Ribba McEntire and Gwen Stefani pressed their steal button after country singer Jake Tankersley nearly got eliminated. While he acknowledged that he loved the Queen of Country as a fellow Okie, Tankersley ultimately chose to join Team Gwen. Throughout the years, audiences have been enthralled by the intense rivalry that is The Voice. This competition has brought viewers some of the most talented and emotionally charged performances that can be seen in the world of reality television. The fact that there is a possibility that participants will be stolen by other coaches is one of the distinguishing characteristics of the format of the program. This provides an exciting new dimension to the game. These steals have become a fan favorite feature, as they provide a glimmer of hope to contestants who have been eliminated and keep the coaches on their toes simultaneously. Because the stakes increase with each new season, coaches need to give great consideration to the decisions they make. The question is, what exactly are steals on The Voice, and how many do each coach receive in the battle rounds of Season 27? Let us dissect it in detail. Do you know what steals are on The Voice? On The Voice, a steal occurs when a competitor who has been removed from the competition by their current coach is scooped up by another coach who wants to keep them in the competition. A contender is essentially given a second opportunity to compete after being ousted from their initial squad through the use of a steal. Due to the fact that it provides both the participants and the coaches with more possibilities to make strategic maneuvers, this feature adds an additional layer of drama and excitement to the tournament. How does it do its job? Participants in The Voice are partnered up with one another and invited to perform a song together during the battle rounds of the competition. In the end, the coach who is guiding them will have to decide which of them will advance to the knockout rounds, while the other competitor will be eliminated from the competition. From this point on, the steal comes into play. It is possible for a coach to steal an artist who has been eliminated from the competition if they are impressed with that artist. This would allow the artist to join the coach's team rather than taking them out of the competition. The purpose of steals is to provide talented contenders with an additional opportunity to demonstrate their worth, even if they are not the best fit for the coach they were originally assigned to. The fact that coaches are required to make difficult choices not just for their present team, but also with a view toward future competition, helps to maintain the show's dynamic and unexpected nature. In addition, the steals provide participants who may have been overlooked or undervalued with an additional opportunity to achieve public recognition. How often do thefts take place? Once the battle rounds have concluded and the knockouts have begun, steals are generally brought into play. At the same time, however, thefts are also a possibility at the beginning stages of the battle rounds. Once a coach has decided which of their competitors will advance to the next round, the remaining coaches have given the opportunity to take any of the competitors who have been eliminated from the competition. In the event that more than one coach presses their steal button, the contender is given the ability to select the coach that they would like to remain with. There is a lot of stress and drama in this time since the coaches are trying to persuade the contender that their squad would be the ideal place for them to compete. Not only can steals offer an element of surprise to the game, but they also function as a strategy utilized by the coaches. One coach might wish to steal an artist in order to prevent another coach from having that skill on their squad. This is a possibility in certain situations. In other instances, a coach may actually recognize the potential that the dismissed contender possesses and believe that they are in a position to provide the appropriate direction to assist them in thriving. By the end of the 27th season, how many steals do coaches get? The stakes are higher than they have ever been on The Voice Season 27, and the battle rounds are shaping up to be full of intense competition and moments that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats. Every year, the coaches are provided with a predetermined number of steals that they can deploy throughout the course of the season. For the 27th season, every coach has 2 opportunities to steal during the battle rounds. As a result of this restricted quantity, coaches have to make judgments in a strategic manner, reserving their steals for competitors who they believe have genuine promise or who could be beneficial additions to their team. Why are there just 2 thefts? The decision to limit the number of steals that coaches are allowed to have in Season 27 was made on purpose with the intention of enhancing the level of drama and strategic factors that are present in the competition. The stakes of the battle rounds would be made much more manageable if coaches were allowed an unlimited number of steals. Providing coaches with only 2 opportunities to steal compels them to thoroughly consider each elimination. It is up to them to decide whether they should use one of their steals to keep a contestant who has untapped potential or whether they should save it for a more experienced performance who might be eliminated in the future. It also compels the participants to perform to the best of their abilities and to give outstanding performances, as they are aware that even if they are ousted from the competition, they may still be given a chance to redeem themselves. What kind of effects does the steal have on the contestant? The moment is both exhilarating and overwhelming for the person who is being snatched from in the competition. What this indicates is that they have made such a strong impression on another coach that they wish to continue working with them. It is a significant validation of their potential, and the sensation of being chosen by a new coach provides them with the opportunity to experience an emotional lift. The thefts provide a second opportunity for many of the competitors to continue competing in the competition, which frequently results in some of the most significant and dramatic moments of the season. Adding a powerful talent to their team, which may prove to be crucial in the subsequent rounds, is what a steal implies for the coach who ends up winning the competition. In the event that a coach succeeds in making a steal and the artist goes on to perform well in the knockouts or live shows, it has the potential to completely transform their strategy. Additionally, it has the potential to establish a personal connection between the coach and the competitor, since the coach may experience a feeling of responsibility for assisting the contender in achieving their goal of reaching the final round. The influence that burglaries have on strategy. There is no doubt that steals are advantageous to the competitors, yet they also have a big influence on the approach that the coaches employ. When considering their team and how a stolen competitor might fit into it, each coach needs to give great consideration to their team. The coaches are also responsible for taking into consideration the overall dynamics of the competition. When they make the decision to steal an artist who has the potential to compete against their own candidates, they need to consider whether or not that artist has the potential to be a genuine contender for the championship, as well as whether or not it would disturb the chemistry of their team. It is possible, for instance, for a coach to be in a situation in which their squad is already strong, and they make the decision not to steal someone because they are afraid that adding another brilliant participant might upset their present lineup. On the other hand, a coach who is experiencing feelings of vulnerability may choose to employ a steal in order to acquire a powerful artist who can provide a competitive advantage in the knockout rounds or for further competition. The steals that occur on The Voice are not only significant for the competitors and coaches, but they are also a momentous occasion for the viewers who are watching the show from home. Especially when there is a high level of talent on show, viewers thoroughly enjoy watching a coach compete for the services of an artist. Because the coaches are attempting to persuade the competitor to join their team, the situation is fraught with tension and ambiguity. The moment when a contender makes their final decision is frequently fraught with drama and suspense, and the adrenaline level rises when more than one coach presses their steal button at the same time. In addition, the steals maintain the interest of the audience in the competition. Even in the event that a favorite candidate is removed, the audience remains captivated because they are aware that they still have the opportunity to be taken. Due to the fact that the steals produce unexpected twists, it is impossible to say who is completely out of the competition until the very end of the battle. A fundamental characteristic of The Voice is the presence of steals, which inject a sense of excitement, suspense, and strategic decision-making into the battle rounds. At the beginning of Season 27, each coach will only have 2 thefts, which means that the competition is going to get much more intense. The coaches will need to be clever in when and how they utilize their thefts, and the participants will need to perform to the best of their abilities in order to ensure that they do not miss out on a second chance. At the same time that the steals create an additional element of drama for the audience, they also guarantee that nobody is ever totally out of the running until the very last second. Now more than ever, the stakes are higher than they have ever been, and the battle rounds are likely to be an exciting ride. How many steals do the coaches get for The Voice Season 27 battles round? Each coach only gets 1 steal during the battles. There's no requirement to use their steal, but they have it available in their back pocket. And because the coaches only have 1 steal, they have to choose carefully. As The Voice OG Blake Shelton, whose team won 9 out of his 23 seasons on the show, said in Season 16, "Every season I wish I had a steal left somewhere towards the end of the battles." Historically, whenever the coaches have chosen to smash their steal button after an artist has been eliminated, it's always a heartwarming moment. I love when people get stolen. Kelly Clarkson, who served as a coach for 9 seasons, previously said on The Voice after a particularly emotional steal. How to watch The Voice? New episodes of The Voice Season 27 air on Mondays at 8/7 C on NBC and are available to stream the next day on Peacock.